How can a stiff win? I don't know. All right. Without further ado, let's bring in my guy, Big Z, Zander Krause. Let's see how he's doing here, man. How's it working, bro? How you been working?
Good, man. I had some electric, and I'm in a different environment. I'm not in my normal studio. I can't work when I got two electricians next to me. They're jiggling, they're giggling and laughing and working and doing shit, drilling. I'm like, I can't go on the show yet. So they just rolled out of here, though. So all good.
What'd you make of Super Bowl 60 last night?
Pretty shitty game. Not a great game, but I think there's something to learn from the game. The Seahawks are a team that had a different quarterback last year. And my point in saying that is you can put your team into a different stratosphere pretty quick in the NFL nowadays. You can do a lot in one offseason to really catapult your team. So if you're Howie, you got to look at that and think, let me make sure I do what I got to do to position this team to get back right this year. Because I did see Jalen Hurts rolling around there with the Brady, the Mannings, Jerry Rice, Joe Montana. I mean, all the greatest in the game. And there's Jalen Hurts right there with him, Sileo.
Hold on. I really love this. This is one of my favorite. This is seriously, this goes down as one of my favorite pictures of all time. I mean, folks, I really do dig it. Look at the champions that you have.
Wait,
and by the way, look at the one guy cropped out of this.
Scroll up. What's the video above that on Steve Young's timeline?
I mean, let me see. What is it? I don't see.
It's him and Jalen Hurts.
Oh, because he probably felt bad because he cropped him out of it. Hey, I tell you what, though. So you're telling me going from Geno Smith to Sam Darnold's what won them the Super Bowl?
No, I'm saying it's a big. I mean, they fired their OC last year, didn't they?
No, Clint was there.
Was Clint there last year too?
Yeah, they fired their quarterback. They sent Geno packing. Geno was the guy sent packing. Geno was the guy.
I'm pretty sure they didn't. He wasn't their coordinator last
year.
So
was Clint in New Orleans? Is that where he was?
Clint was, he was the New Orleans offensive coordinator.
He was in New Orleans. Okay,
he was a one-year guy in Seattle.
Yeah, so he was in New Orleans with Dennis Allen.
So you get a one-year guy. Mm-hmm. They got obviously a better quarterback, or at least a more competent quarterback for them for when Sam Darnold and Geno Smith. They built their defense, and they won.
And ran the ball.
Ran the ball.
Boy, kind of sounds like Eagle ball to me, doesn't it?
I'm saying, everybody. Howie shouldn't sell this team yet. Don't blow this thing up.
Shows you too. You don't have to have an elite quarterback to get to that game.
Oh,
You think Sam Darnold's elite?
No, I don't. But I think that was an elite team, and obviously having an elite team is better than having an. Actually, I don't even know if that.
I don't think that's an elite team, dude.
Me neither.
Which
hurts a little more.
Their defense has a shot at being an elite defense.
It hurts a little more because this was a year in the NFL where anybody could have got it.
Don't you feel like this was a missed opportunity by the Eagles?
In a way, I do. But you're not going to win them all, and you got to keep rolling. So let's see what they're able to do. But I do think they should be cautious about how much they're going to blow it up. They've already made some pretty big changes in the coaching staff.
They've blown the whole entire offensive coaching staff up.
Mm-hmm.
You find that wild? That they've replaced everybody, but how young and inexperienced everybody is. You think that's by design?
I'm not a big fan of this O-line coach. No.
And I'll tell you why.
I've so far I've had no problem. I don't dislike Mannion despite the the lack of experience. I didn't hate Grizzard as pass game coordinator, and I was all right with Mahaffey too from Green Bay. I liked him. This is the first one they haven't had a good O-line.
No, they're like 18th or 20th.
Like when Darnold was there, John brought this up, and he's right. One of the big things of why that team collapsed at the end of the year was the O-line.
That's right.
Now this year it's tough to rip him. I mean, he had 16 different offensive line combinations, but he just doesn't have a great. He hasn't really done a whole lot with guys. Now maybe he needs a longer career, but he's been a no line coach for 4 years. Jeff Stoutland had a pretty good first 4 years. He got upgraded after 4 years and had a Super Bowl.
I'm going to tell you a story Adam Kaplan told me on Saturday, and I'm going to try to get Adam on tomorrow. Okay. He said that Jeff Stoutland got very emotional with Nick when Nick told him that he wasn't going to be part of the game plan on Sundays, that they wanted him to be the O-line coach, but they didn't want him to be part of the game planning, and he was not going to be part of it. He got emotional, and Adam Kaplan said, Jeff Stoutland's an emotional guy, and I hope I can get him to repeat that tomorrow, because that's what he told me when, I was on the Sports Grid show, and I was like, you're kidding me. He goes, no, he got emotional, and he said, I quit. So, I mean, what's your take on that?
Well, I mean, it obviously didn't end, a great way for Jeff to walk away the way he did. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. Now, I don't have the information on how it actually unfolded, but
nor do I.
It's unfortunate, but I as much as I like Jeff Stoutland, and that does bother me because I think Jeff Stoutland is a coach with higher pedigree, and I trust him more than I trust the other guys. I also understand that it's a business. And change is going to happen. And when the offense isn't performing, somebody's going to – now, maybe it wasn't Jeff who should have been scapegoated. That's a fine argument to me. But, they feel that the head coach felt like they needed to make a change. The head coach is ultimately in charge, and that's how it went down. So,
okay. So I agree with everything you just said, but let me ask you for this. So you change the OC, you change the offensive line coach, you change the quarterback coach, you change the run game coordinator. Whose fault is that? You guys won 11 ball games. You were 8 quarters away from the Super Bowl.
I think we were top 10 running offense in the league.
You were 9th. You changed the entire coaching staff on offense?
No, I think they want to open this thing up. I mean, how many times have the Eagles won a game? All right, and the offense looked awful. I mean, seriously, how many times have the Eagles won a football game and it looked as ugly as it literally possibly could look on offense? I mean, I came up here and criticized it, and I used to have people comment, we're winning. It's the only thing that mattered. And hey, maybe they're right. But I'm just saying they won 11 ball games. That's not covering up that offensive ineptitude.
I'm going to peel the onion back a little. Do you know how many times before we would do the post-game show, Zander would go, how the hell are we going to talk about this shit?
The offense, man. The offense it was tough to watch. There's no doubt about that. It was a tough offense to watch. But
so, who was on the trading block? Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. Who was on the trading block to get Micah Parsons?
Yeah, apparently Jalen Carter was offered to get Micah.
What do you make of that? And a 1 and a 3, I heard.
I heard that as well. That's what John's saying. I'd be cautious of that because I think edge rushers are great, but to me, this Vic defense it works more off the interior of the defensive line than the edges, and maybe that's by circumstance because the better players have been on the interior. But I don't know, man. I mean, I'll say this: we do talk about Jalen Carter like he's Aaron Donald before he's Aaron Donald. You know what I mean? I think he has that upside. Yeah. But if you look at it, he hasn't been that player yet. He hasn't technically been worth $36 million. So
he's not Fletcher Cox yet.
My whole thing is, dude, and I know the league loves Micah Parsons and the Eagles love Micah Parsons. I like Micah Parsons more than most Eagles fans do, but I don't know about a 1, a 3, and Jalen Carter. I like if you said for Myles Garrett, I'd say, yeah, I'm fucking done. All right, whatever. I'm good with that. I honestly would. I would be good with that.
A 1, a 3, and a 4 for Jalen Carter for Parsons.
Well, you just added the 4, and where'd you come up with that?
I just thought throw that in there, just for shits and giggles. A 1 and a 3 and Carter.
You see what he does? He just keeps every time he says that he'll add He'll add a draft pick. I want a 3, 5, 7, and a 9.
Oh, man. Hey,
Call it a 1, a 3, and Carter. All right, that's all I'm giving.
1 a 3 and Carter. Boy, is that a ton, man. And Jerry, hey, how about this?
But Green Bay gave a lot too.
Yeah, but Jerry's the one that hedged it. Eagles were willing to do that. It was Jerry that wanted to trade in the division.
That's because Jerry knows that Mike is a damn good player and he doesn't want him playing for the Eagles.
So if a guy becomes available, if you could put Carter up for Micah Parsons, could you put him up for someone else?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, in theory, right? Now, I think it'd have to be a rare player.
Yeah, one of those.
Remember, the thing with Micah that was different is like they probably wouldn't include him in a Garrett trade because of Garrett's age. Like Micah was the rare moment of like a player that they think was one of the best in the NFL, which they're probably right about, as much as I, do have some problems with the player. And he was young. So it was kind of a double whammy, a triple whammy. I don't think you get that with Miles because of the age. So I don't know who they would put Carter up for. Maybe they would though. It does tell you that they're thinking or were thinking, and Carter didn't particularly have his best season. So
would you trade Jalen Carter for Will Anderson?
Nah, probably not.
Oh, really?
All right, are you gonna fucking run down every guy in the league that you think is worth trading for?
No. I wanted to see.
Why would the Houston Texans pick up the phone? I want Will Anderson. All right, goodbye. What's this, a prank call?
No, here's Jalen Carter.
I don't think Houston would do that.
Oh, I'm trying to get the value of what you think of him. So now we've gone for
Don't you agree to this? When you trade a player in the NFL, tell me if you agree to this as just a macro point. When you trade a player in the NFL, particularly when you trade a good player in the NFL, you never get the value back that the player is actually worth, right?
Never. No.
Right. So if you're the Texans, even if you think Jalen Carter is great, you're not getting close to what the real value of Will Anderson is. I'm just going to keep Will Anderson, if that makes sense. Like, I don't,
I think Will Anderson's a better ball player.
He might be. He might very well be. He's a Bama guy, so you don't have to pinch my arm.
And I think he's got better character. My point is that
he definitely has. He's definitely got less, of those concerns for sure.
See, to me, it's like if you put Carter up once, I wonder how many people now will start. Because Zander, here's also something that you got to remember: if that rumor gets out, and it got out, and Micah Parsons is now even saying that, other teams are going to call for Carter. Hey,
yeah, that was a break of the code right there. But Howie's pissed at Micah today.
Man, no question about it, man.
I haven't heard that anywhere. I wonder if that was news to Jalen Carter.
Oh, had to be. Had to be.
I wonder if that's news to Jalen Carter.
Are you kicking the can down the road on him?
I think probably. Especially with this information. Yeah.
Do you think they extend him? You think they extend him this offseason? I don't.
Maybe not this offseason now. I mean, I think they should extend him, but it probably won't come this offseason, yeah. Which is fine. Go earn it, Jordan Davis had to.
Okay. So they picked the 5th year up on him.
Probably. When is that due? That's due soon.
That's coming up beginning of free agency. Let's see. When can you franchise? That's a great. Let me ask that. When can you
Yeah, I think I saw it.
When can you pick up?
It's soon. It's like, it opens February 18th through March 4th.
February 18th. Okay. That's coming up in like 8 days, 9 days. 9 days. You're going to find out if he gets an extension or not.
Well, they'll probably be working out an extension in that time period. And if they don't work it out, they'll probably slap the tag on him.
I might, if I'm the Eagles, I might try to do this. Let me try to get him at a lesser rate.
Yeah, I would Devontae. I said that Devontae Smith deal.
Yeah. And if you're Drew Rosenhaus, you got to be concerned about the character issues.
Yeah, but I think Drew's going to use it against them, how much they played him.
Yes.
That's why Drew's been on the Eagles' ass this year about him.
Yeah, but I would also be careful, too, because you want to have negotiations with Jalen Phillips. He reps his ass, too. So I wouldn't be playing too many games with
all right, dude. Like, Jalen Phillips is a solid player. I'm not letting Jalen fucking Phillips hold the organization hostage.
I agree.
Mean, come on.
No, I agree. All right, so what's up with A.J. Brown?
AJ back to Philly.
Oh, is he?
AJ's back. AJ's back, baby.
I don't believe a word he's saying.
I think you're right. I think he's got to keep, obviously,
They probably told him, don't stir the pot. Make sure you don't.
Well, it'll help him too. I mean, the more valuable he is, the
right.
better it'll be for him. So, I think it's. I don't buy too much into it, but maybe Sills AJ is ready to run it back in Philly. Maybe he just loves playing.
With what? That coach? Hey, with that nobody coaching staff for years?
He loves playing with Jalen Hurts.
He will live
with the coaching staff so he can play with his boy Jalen and the godfather to his children.
Sean Filet Mignon.
You don't think Sean Mannion's going to be any good, do you?
No. That's not what I said. He's a nobody right now.
He is a nobody right now. That's for sure.
I don't know if he's going to be good or bad. He might be a grand slam. He really might be, man. I don't know. But I tell you this, I mean, your offensive line coach, your guy who just got blown out in Tampa. All right. I mean, and Mannion. I mean, I don't know these fuckers. That is like a frat house. It's like this. All the
God, dude, what did you get that from Angie? Angie told you from frat house, and you bought it.
Hey, I love it. It's the bro.
You
thing.
Bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Let's go right here, man. It's like, let's go, man. We're ready to rock here, man. So I've got my too early top 10 teams.
Whoa.
You ready?
All right, this is Earl. Are you going to make me do a top 10?
Yeah.
Oh.
Get ready? Here's my – I think you're going to be shocked on teams I don't have in here. By the way, we'll read your supers, and Gary Cobb will join us at 4:30. I'm gonna get Adam Kaplan on tomorrow. I'm gonna ask him. All right, you ready? Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready, dude. You just start rattling. Go ahead.
Number 10. I got the Green Bay Packers.
Okay.
At number 9, I got the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay.
At number 8, the Philadelphia Eagles. At number 7, the Detroit Lions. Number 6, the San Francisco 49ers. At number 5, the Buffalo Bills. At number 4, I have the New England Patriots. At number 3, I have the LA Rams. At number 2, the Denver Broncos. And at number 1, I've got the Seattle Seahawks.
Not bad. Not great. Not bad. Not great. Not bad. I'd probably find a way to sneak the Bears in there. The Texans are going to be hard to leave off. The Chargers are going to be hard to leave off.
Yeah, but the quarterback, man. The Chargers probably right there. Green Bay probably. Green Bay you could put the Chargers there at 10. Or, boy, Detroit. I think Detroit with that loser.
You had Detroit, though. You had Detroit in there.
Yeah, number 7.
Where do you think the Cowboys will end up? I don't think they're top 10 right now. But if they go all out on the offense or on the defense, excuse me, and they bring back Pickens, that could be interesting.
12? I got the Cowboys. They are, by the way, they're franchise tagging Pickens.
I'll tell you who's going to stink again.
Who?
I'm riding this fucking take to the bank, and I have been for the last year. The Washington Communists.
I think the Commanders are going
that team fucking is going to stink again. They're going to finish last.
The Commanders are going to skyrocket back.
No, they're not. They're going to be last in the East.
The
Giants will be better than the Commanders this year. I guarantee. Take it to the bank. Take it to the bank.
I got Washington winning 10 games.
You and John last summer. The Commanders are winning the East. Shut up, John and Sills.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Commanders will win 10 games this year. You will win 7.
No, I guarantee we have a better record than the Commanders. I'll make that bet right now.
Do I do the bet now with him?
Eagles, Cowboys,
okay.
Giants, Commanders is going to be it next year.
Okay.
And the only
give me your NFC East.
What's that?
Give me your NFC East.
Right now, I got the Eagles, and this is because I'm an Eagle homer. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders, the Eagle part of it. I could see somebody making a case that if the Eagles' offensive changes don't work out, I could see somebody putting Cowboys in at 1. But they got a lot of moves to make before you could say that. I mean, this is all hypothetical, them getting that defense better. They got to actually use the stuff to get the defense better. If they draft a bunch of moderate Smiths.
Did you send Gary the link?
Oh, shit, no.
Okay.
Sorry.
So wait a second. That's right. You were dealing with it. Listen, here's my NFC East. So Z's is Eagles, Cowboys, Gigantes, and Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders stink. And you know it.
Here's Big Sills' NFC East. By the way, should I put the rule on no matter what happens? Who's ever traded, who's ever retired, we have to stick to this one here. Let's stick to this one here.
All right, wait. If you're telling me that, then you have to give me some thought. I can't do off the cuff if I got to stick with a take for the next year.
Wait.
I got to think about it. All right, that's a fair thing. You're not going to make me come up here and say I can't come off anything on a February. I haven't even thought about this yet. He wants me to make an off the cut. See how he tries to get W's. These W's aren't coming.
Oh, I had a lot of W's last year too, boy. Wow. That was a grand slam year here. Here's mine. Here's my NFC. I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, because Jerry Jones is known for drafting great defensive players.
Quinnen Williams is all I need.
That's a trade, but all right.
Cowboys.
Wasn't all they needed last year either.
They had a better division record than the Eagles did.
I don't give a fuck about their division
record.
They didn't even make the playoffs.
Smoked you in the second game.
Oh, no. What's that? Is there a new trophy? Wait, I think I see it actually. You see, guys, you see that written up on that cowboy helmet up there in Sileo's shot? I think I can actually see an inscription that says better record in the NFC East in 2025 than the Eagles. Wow.
Wow, you guys played
an accolade.
You played one more week than the Eagles did. You played one more week. Okay, Cowboys, man, Commanders or Eagles?
We also won the East.
Commanders or Eagles? For 2.
Eagles won the East.
Commanders or Eagles? Who's going to win 7 games? I'll go Eagles here. I'll go Commanders third.
More than 7 games.
I got Commanders third, and I got Giants.
Poor Jaden Daniels. They saw this guy have a historic rookie season, and they said, let me just surround you with the biggest pile of stiffs you've ever seen.
And they saw Jalen Hurts and said, let me surround you with the biggest stiff of offensive-minded guys you've ever seen.
Hey, well, I can't dispute you on that just yet, but I don't think it's about Jalen. I think it's about Nick.
Oh, my God. What's the number one move, right? Hey, by the way, how about John Schneider, man?
Oh, dude, you and John and Jeff said, is he better than Howie? All right, stop.
He's not better than Howie, and Here's why Howie's better. The money.
Dude, John Schneider's a great GM. I'm not saying he's not, but I'm not going to use his last Super Bowl before this was what, 2012? 13.
The Pete Carroll, Russell Wilson back-to-backs. When they won, they got the Malcolm Butler, and all he had to do was run it in.
Yeah, they didn't win back-to-back.
No, they didn't win, but they went back-to-back NFCs. Yeah, no. I didn't say he's better. I just said that the guy, look what he did, Zander. He came out of the Russell Wilson, Pete Carroll era, and now he just went to Super Bowl now with Sam Darnold and with I mean, it's pretty impressive.
It is very impressive. I mean,
I just don't think he handles the money as good as Howie.
Well, I mean, he does a good job.
And I think the owner in Philly's better than what they have. And now here, get this, they're for sale.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't know what that thing's going to look like, whoever they sell it to.
A call to JAKIB Nation. All right. Should
Jeff
we
Bezos.
take our talents to Seattle? If everybody in the chat can contribute, I don't know, a million a pop, a couple million a pop each. I don't know. We got 589 people. If we get a couple million each, that's 1.2 billion. That's enough for the down payment. I'll call somebody to finance the rest.
Get your brother to get the dough worked up, right?
He'll get me the dough.
You get 1.2 billion. Xander's brother could get the rest.
Yeah. All right. So I need everybody to give me a couple milli, a couple large. Maybe JAKIB can help us get closer to the number.
He knows, folks. So AJ Brown coming back, yeah or nay?
I think so, man. I don't think you can put in this young offensive coaching staff and then also switch the personnel unless you're really like trying to retool and lower expectations for the year. I mean, if you're going to come in with expectations, again, heightened expectations that we're a Super Bowl team, you can't get rid of AJ Brown and then also bring in Mannion and Grizzard and Mahaffey and this guy, I forget his name. What's his name? Cooper or whatever. Chris Cooper. Yeah, this offensive line coach. You can't do that. I mean, that's too much, dude. You're not gonna have a good offense in year one. You get rid of AJ Brown and have a whole new staff. I don't think it's fair to the coaches. I don't think it's fair to the quarterback. So I think he's back, dude. I think they got to talk to him. I hope he's back, but it's also something to consider where. Is there a world where it makes sense for the Eagles? I know I just said it doesn't, but, the player wasn't the same player last year, and I'm an A.J. Brown guy. Wasn't the same player. Was it because of the offense? Is it because he's getting older? He's going to be 29 next season? Who knows? I think that's a fair conversation as well.
Let's read these supers, brother. We're going to get to Gary Cobb here in a minute.
Here's Mr. Hill. What's up, Mr. Hill? Silsman Z, I know this is an Eagles show. Can you have a 30-minute Philly segment? I think fans would love it. Look at Mark Hill in his Philly shirt. We're holding the fish, and he chats in. I need my Phillies. Phillies.
Hey, Mr. Hill, there's going to be a storyline in Philadelphia this year. You know what it's going to be called? If it was 3 and out for the Eagles, it's going to be swing and miss for the Phillies.
Mr. Hill, you trying to bankrupt me, man? I need more money. The money's in football right now. Bro. Here's Abe. Emin Wari, the next Ed Reed, or Kyle Hamilton? Hey, let's pump the brakes, Abe. He's a 1-year player. Ed Reed? Are you kidding me? That's one of the greatest safeties to ever play.
Too, right? Right, like that too, right? Let's hang in
Ed
there.
Reed. Emin Wari's got 1 year under his belt, Sills.
He's good. He's a good player,
He's
man.
very good. He's very good. He's actually better than I thought he'd be, for sure.
Yeah.
Martin Perez says, Lurie told AJ the offense will go through you.
I'm starting to believe that.
Perez is making shit up. Here's Pumper. Man, JC was not offered. Parsons blowing air bubbles across your cheeks. Micah know what he doing. He even said it was his decision to go to Green Bay.
His decision to go to Green Bay. Now, you know what he's doing? He's giving Jerry a shot is what he's doing.
Yeah, he is.
That's Jerry's call.
He
Jerry
so Dallas fans can be like, why didn't you take Jalen Carter?
Yeah. Micah Parsons did not make
You're shady. Carter's play progressed like Jalen's.
I think Jalen Carter's play regressed. I don't think he had a good year this year. I think
Stills and
Williams
Zander,
is a
who would
better
y'all
player.
want in round one? For me, it's Proctor. I like Proctor.
Yeah,
Depends.
but you're sitting
You
at 20.
don't have Jeff Stoutland anymore.
Yeah, you got Cooper Kupp now as your
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp is your old line coach now. Or
Cooper
Chris
Kupp,
Cooper.
man.
Chris Cooper. Yeah. For the Minnesota Vikings.
Eagles, if Freddie says Eagles need to try for Garrett again. I don't think so.
No, that's not happening. Plus, you're not giving up that assets for him.
Tyler says Howie built us into rebuild and Komodo? Howie season. I don't know what you're saying, Tyler.
I think that's a commode.
That's the Canadian in you that just sometimes just doesn't click.
Are you guys up there say commodity for commodes? I got
Here's
it.
Mr. Hill. Sills reports our Seahawks are up for sale. 9 to 11 billion. Jeff Bezos. I could see Bezos.
I could also see Elon Musk.
I bet you the owners don't let him in.
$275 billion, bro. He could buy the league. He got $275 billion.
Dude wipes his ass with the receipt on the team.
And you want to hear something? He doesn't believe in owning homes.
I know. I hear him. He sound, whatever. Here's Fleming. People don't want to accept it, but Hurts can't run a 33-year-old career backup's interpretation of McVay's scheme. Our O-line is cooked. Dark days are ahead.
Who do you think?
These people?
Who do you think is a better quarterback in the pocket, Darnold or Hurts?
Well, Darnold's a pocket passer. I mean, Jalen's not a pocket passer.
Okay. What do you think you win more ball? Well, that's not fair because Jalen's been to 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, Jalen wins a lot of ball games.
Let me ask you this. You think you win more Super Bowls with versatile quarterbacks than you do with pocket quarterbacks nowadays?
I don't think that's been proven. I mean, Jalen's one of the few, of the dual threats that have won in recent memory. Not the only one, but one of few. So
yeah,
I don't think you could say that. But I think the point that's becoming more and more evident is, and maybe we're in that 5-year window. Jason Cole said that, and I keep thinking about that. But maybe we're in that window right now where the great teams are going to win over the great quarterbacks. What was the era of time that Jason Cole brought up and said there was an era of time where it wasn't elite quarterbacks that won each year. It was like a great team or whatever.
It's like the Jeff Hostetler.
Was that the early 80s?
Yeah, it was like the late 80s. Gehrig was in the league for that.
Late 80s, okay, yeah.
Like Mark Rippon, like guys like that win Super Bowls.
We'll see, dude. We'll see. I don't know though the answer to your question. Who you could win more with, but they both won a lot in the last 2 years.
That's quite a Steve Young picture right there, man. Just cropping Jalen.
Oh, come on, dude!
Right out of that. I don't know, JAKIB. I'm gonna have to show JAKIB the picture.
Don't even entertain.
They just cropped Jalen Hurts' picture out of the Super Bowl MVPs.
It's like you posting a picture.
Out of it.
You don't know how to use text to save your life. You think Steve Young's any better?
No. Not at all. No,
right.
No.
Fair enough. All right, brother. I'll catch you.
All right, bro.
Sorry, I was on late today. The electricians are here.
Hey, listen. Tomorrow we're gonna give our year-end grades for the Eagles tomorrow. So we're gonna do that.
All right, I'll do it.
So we'll have that ready for you. All right, big man. We'll see you tomorrow at Bird Street 65. Appreciate you doing it, brother.
Later, dude. Appreciate it.
You got it. Oh, I didn't get the Bad Bunny. I bet JAKIB was dancing away to Bad Bunny. I can just see.